Welcome to Horizon 2020 webinar on open security calls targeting the participants and institutions from ASEAN countries. My name is Dalibor and I will briefly introduce the call related to disaster resilient societies. The disaster resilient calls are about advancing innovation in the society with the primary aim to reduce human life losses, environmental, economic and material damages caused by natural or man-made disasters. The funds will be used to finance different tools, methods and guidelines to ensure practitioners' needs and that research results support the competitiveness of European SMEs and facilitate the policy-making process, but also raise citizens' awareness on disaster management cycle by studying its social aspects. In this last year of Horizon 2020 program, we have 4 calls opened, of which only 2 are open for collaboration with so-called third countries, including the ASEAN countries. The deadline for these calls is on August 27, 5 p.m. Brussels time, but do not wait for the last day. In this table, you can see that the project should focus on research and innovation actions. And for DRS02, the total budget is 21 million euros. And the Commission considers that amount of 7 million euros per project will be sufficient to address the challenge. One can expect that from this call, 3 proposals will be funded, which means that there will be a tough competition for funding. Another important issue to observe here is that the expected technology readiness level must be either 6 or 7. What it means I will explain later in the presentation. The proposal for this call are based on maximum 3 years long joint multidisciplinary research project that should be innovative. It should be implemented by a consortium of minimum 3 first responders, organizations or institutions from 3 different member states and associated countries. And the partner institutions can be from academia and security-related institutions such as different SMEs and first responders. This call has identified international cooperation as an issue, which means that it is open for participation to all third countries identified in Annex A of the grant agreement. Most of ASEAN countries are automatically eligible to be a beneficiary in the project, which means a full partner. However, this is not compulsory, and ASEAN institutions will not be automatically involved. You must search for European partners and offer them your qualifications and expertise to become a partner in a proposal. As in other calls, you need to fully justify that your project proposal is in line with the relevant European policies related to the disaster resilience, such as shown here on internal security, civil protection and consumer health. But you also have to have in mind and be aware of other policies of interest, such as environmental policies. The proposals in DRS02 call, titled Technologies for First Responders, deals with main resilience challenges. The challenge is to build resilience with the better understanding and implementation of new technologies and media. The recent disasters have shown the gaps in the level of society's preparedness for disasters. To build resilience, it is important to learn from experiences from other countries that have high level of disaster risks. Moreover, this year's topic is of interest for Japan and South Korea especially. So they decided to offer additional support for their researchers by co-funding their participation in this call. This is an opportunity for ASEAN researchers to link with the partners from these 2 countries and thus increase possibilities for participation. This year's proposal should address research and innovation issues related to subtopic 3, which is methods and guidelines for pre-hospital life support and triage. The title is self-explanatory, but let me say that the aim is to ensure more effective pre-hospital triage of victims with appropriate digital traceability of actions and data transfer from the event to the hospitals, including across administrative and political boundaries. Development of innovative tools, methodologies, and pre-hospital guidelines for first responders of medical services, fire services, police and hospital trauma teams, in order to ensure faster and more effective evaluation and control of numerous seriously injured casualties in disaster and/or emergency situations. The advantage is if the newly created project results are built on experiences from previously relevant Framework Program 7 or Horizon 2020 projects showing relevance and continuity. Under open topic, this year the proposals are expected to address novel technologies such as communicating and smart wearables, K9 units including lightweight energy sources, situational awareness and risk mitigation systems for first responders using drones and robots, system based on Internet of Things, solutions based on augmented or virtual reality, systems communication solutions between first responders and victims, risk anticipations and early warning technologies, mitigation, physical response, or counteracting technologies, etc. Proposals should address the participations of first responders in a systematic manner and propose new methods on how to involve them and how to organize their interaction with researchers when developing, testing, and validating technologies and methods. Solutions are to be developed in compliance with European societal values, fundamental rights, and applicable legislation, including in the area of privacy, personal data, protection, and free movement of persons. Societal aspects like perception of security, possible effects on technological solutions on societal resilience, gender diversity, have to be taken into account in a comprehensive and thorough manner. The Center for Gravity for Technology developed under the subtopic 3 is expected to be on level 6 or 7. What does technology readiness level means? This is actually the level of maturity of the product on its way to commercialization. In this call, the requested one is between 6 and 7, which means that technology must be demonstrated in the relevant environment, which is TRL6, or the technology must already have a prototype demonstration in operational environment, which is TRL7. This means that the basic research and proof of concept research are not eligible for funding, but only technology solutions that are to be tested and validated in field. As a result of this action, first responders should benefit from novel tools, technologies, guidelines, and methods aimed at facilitating their operations, and new knowledge about field validation of different tools, technologies, and approaches involving first responders in real-life scenarios. So what is your motivation to participate in this call? Recent COVID-19 disasters showed that disasters have no borders and impact all. Each disaster is an opportunity to increase our readiness for the next one by learning and adapting ourselves. Sharing of knowledge and expertise increases chances to prevent and properly react to disaster. Collaboration with EU partners opens the door for future undertakings. State-of-art developments increases your research visibility and value, becoming a worldwide recognized researcher and expert. The funding of your research is ensured completely or partially and for free, so why not to use it? Within the next 6 years period, the European Commission will invest through its new framework program for research and innovation approximately 100 billion euros. This program will be a continuation of Horizon 2020, and DRS calls are going to be published under the second pillar of the program called Global Challenges and European Industrial Competitiveness. This pillar is structured of several clusters, and DRS will be a part of inclusive and secure society clusters. At the moment, the work program is in development, as the Horizon Europe should start on the January 1st, 2021. Therefore, now it's the time to be proactive and to start an intensive search for European partners. You may use any partner search facility or partnering tool to find a partner to collaborate with. Please, do not forget one thing. For anything related to this call, first consult the call web page at the Funding and Tenders portal of the European Commission, which is alpha and omega starting and ending point in preparation of your proposal, implementation, reporting, and closing your project. This is the most accurate information and is published at the call page, and it's most relevant one for you. It is important to start in time and to be proactive to gain the trust and show your potential for collaboration. Thank you for watching this presentation and wish you good luck with your search and hope to be with you in person or other occasion. Have a nice and safe day.